Hello. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. I can't believe it. Wednesday, July 24th. And I'm sitting outside. So hopefully you can hear me. And hopefully when you come in, you're going to tell me if you can hear me. Because I usually do these upstairs in my office. But today I had to sit outside. So when you're here, say hello. Let me know that you can hear me okay. If you can't hear me, also let me know that you can't hear me. But either way, let me know if you're here. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Maybe you're like, Rita, I don't hear you. Like, so if you could like type that, let me know if you can hear me. I'm like trying to, in case you can't hear me, I'm like, let me know if you can hear me. So hi, I'm excited to be here today. So for those of you who don't live in the DC area, it's been like 100 degrees for like a week. A little over 100 degrees for a week. I don't know if I see people popping in and out, but nobody's saying hi. So, hey everyone, can you let me know if you can hear me all right? Oh, okay, cool. So I'm seeing it now. People can hear me. Okay, so for those of you who aren't in the DC area, it's been like 100 and something degrees for like a week, and then it rained, and I'm inside tomorrow. And like Friday's the big day, right? Friday is the 26th. It's a big day. So I wanted to sit outside today and enjoy outside. So I'm basically out here until it gets dark. So how are you guys? How are you guys feeling? How many of you are looking forward to the 26th? How many of you are excited? How many of you are curious? How many of you are like, what on earth is going on? How many of you have no idea what I'm talking about? Like, let me know in the comments. What are your thoughts around this whole thing that's been happening in the Women's Business Garden? So it started on Thursday, and I did a post just saying, are you in? I didn't tell you what it was. I just gave you a few parameters, like doesn't cost money, it's not a class, stuff like that. But are you in? And a lot of you said yes. A lot of you were like, yes, I am in, right? And that was really more of you than I thought said yes. And that was really exciting. I was really, really excited about it. In fact, the response kind of escalated this a little bit. So you all said yes. And then I sent out like the first kind of cryptic step. Hi, Yulia. So I sent out the first cryptic text. So if people don't know what I'm talking about, like this is going to explain it to you. So I posted this thing saying, are you in? Didn't tell people what it was. People were like, yes, I'm in. Then I sent out a thing saying like the confirmation, right? People registered and they got an email saying you're in, like you're in for July 26th. Celebrate, right? Celebrate it. Go pop a bottle of champagne. Go take a bubble bath in the middle of the day. Go for a walk. And people did not write me back for the first 24 hours, right? I got one email in 24 hours telling me how that person had celebrated. So then I came back to the group and I was like, no, are you really in? Are you all in? You guys told me you were in, and none of you did the very first thing that I asked, which was like, go celebrate, and then email me and tell me how you celebrated. Like, nobody celebrated. So I was like, are you really in? Are you really all in? Then I got flooded with all the celebrations, which was really awesome, right? So then I released step 2, which was cryptic, and I also released step 3. There's a plane overhead, sorry guys. I released step 3, which is a little cryptic, but like very straightforward about what you were gonna do, right? There's gonna be another step tomorrow, and then Friday is like the big day. That's okay, Arena, that's okay. Friday's the big day. What are your thoughts? Who's in? Who said that they were in for the 26th? Who here is watching is one of the people that said, I am in? Like, how are you feeling? Are you excited? Are you like confused? Are you nervous? Are you like doubtful? Are you wary? Like, what is going on? And if you aren't in, tell me why. If you knew about we're calling it in the group, we're lovingly referring to it as the July 26th event because nobody really knows what it is, right? But it's not really an event. So, but anyway, right? Like, how many of you, like, are like, this is not for me. I do not like things that I am not sure what the outcome is going to be. I don't like things that I don't know about, right? So Rashida's in, Yulia's excited, Britt's in, Rashida's curious. So like, yeah, right? It's so hard. I think this live isn't really about the 20. I mean, it is, but it's not about the 26th. So I don't want to talk too much about it. How many of you like the mystery? Like, how many of you like committing to something that you're not, like, you knew the outcome? I said, if you commit to this, right? If you commit to this and do this, this could change your life or your business if you commit to this, right? And I told you, it doesn't cost money. So I'm not like, I don't want people to think they were signing on, I'm in. And then I'm like, great, it's a $50,000 program. No, right? Like, I don't want people to think they're going to be sold anything. So I did put that out there. But like, how does it feel to commit to something where you know the end result, but you don't know the process of getting there? So it's like, I am in, and I know if I commit to this and I do this, it could change my business and my life. But you don't know how, you don't know when, you don't know what's going to happen. Like, how are you feeling about that? Britt does not like it. Dislike. Britt's like, dislike it. Yulia's like, oh, like, I trust you. I trust you. It was easy to say yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Who else, right? Now, guys, there's a reason why the first post that I did after this was like, what camp do you fall into? Tell me. Are you super excited? Are you like, look, I trust in Rita, I trust in this, I trust in me, and like, it's going to be great, right? Or are you like, I'm not even doing this because this seems shady and this seems weird and there must be a catch? No, Rita doesn't know what's going on. I'm not going to do this. She won't tell me what it is. She won't give me all the details. I can't work with Rita like this on it, even though it's free, even though it's whatever. I can't participate in this little arguing game, right? I don't know. Right? And then some of you were like, I was so excited, and then I was immediately like, because I don't like it anymore. I thought I'd have the answer quicker. I thought that I'd know what was happening faster. I thought that we'd get all the details sooner, and so now I don't like it, right? So I want to know, if you're watching on the replay, tell me too, where do you fall? This was not actually going to be like part of that, right? Like, that was an unintended lesson from doing this. So it was really interesting because when I saw people's reactions, I actually wasn't anticipating anybody not being okay with it, to be honest. I was really not. I mean, I anticipated people not wanting to participate. I anticipated that people would be like, this is weird. I don't do weird. I'm focused on my business and my life, and so forget this little thing. I don't have time to figure out what it is, right? I anticipated that. I did not even think, mainly because it's my personality, right? I did not even think about people feeling super uncomfortable about registering for something, saying I'm all in, and then having to wait until Friday to figure it out, right? Hi, Andrea. Hi. I'm so glad you're here. I didn't think about that. So this was not an intended lesson, but it's an important lesson. So that's why I'm kind of teaching it, right? Which is like, if you don't get comfortable quickly with not knowing how, not knowing when, right? Like, not knowing like all the ways that something's going to happen, right? If you don't get comfortable committing to something before that, you're going to struggle to build your business to a level that is truly successful and sustainable. Now, know what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you can't have a success, right? I'm not saying you can't have wins and you can't have success in your business. What I'm saying is it's going to be really hard to get to that next level or to get to where you want to be, you know, in your business. Like, it's going to be really hard, right? Hold on, I'm going to like angle the camera now a little bit, right? It's going to be really hard to do that if you can't cultivate this mindset. And I call it the mindset of commitment, right? And here's why it's so important. If you try to attach results to a process, and I know this is going to sound a little counterintuitive for business, right? I'm a business coach, so just let me get through it, then I'll explain. But if you attach, like, I'm going to get a result because I did these specific things, right? And so that's why I'm committed. Like, there are a couple of things that are going to happen. One is you're going to be forever frustrated. And the best example that I could give actually came from a friend of mine. I'm in a mastermind group. So I'm in a mastermind group for people who are trying to hit 7 figures in their business, okay? It's a great mastermind. I'm going to talk about it a little later because it ties into Friday. But so I'm in a mastermind, right, for this millionaire mastermind. And the best way that I ever heard this described is like, look, okay, so you're all here to make $1 million, right? Now, a lot of us were freaking out about how are we going to make $1 million? Like, yeah, I'm making good money, y'all, but like, I'm not like right around the corner from $1 million. You know what I mean? So we were like, how's it going to work? How's it going to work? Right? And it's like, no, like, let's not worry about how, let's just be really certain that we're going to make $1 million. Like, let's be so certain and let's be so secure in the fact that that's a done deal, right? So I, Rita, am going to make $1 million in my business. That is certain, right? I don't know how and I don't know when, but I'm certain that that will happen, okay? If I do that, then it's also like, sure, now will it? I don't know how I will make the $1 million. Now, will it come from things I do in my business? Like strategy I employ and things that I sell and things that I do? Yeah, probably. But also, like, could I get a donation to my business for $1 million tomorrow? Yeah. Could Andrea decide, Rita, I want to fund your business for $1 million. I'd like to be an investor and give you $1 million. Yes, right? Am I going to not like that money, right, any more? Like, no, I'm going to love it just as much as I would money that I earn, right? So when we're attached to like how we're going to get the money or the result, okay, so I'm saying money, but like your results. If you're like, I want a result, but I need to know how, I need to know when, I need to know what I'm going to do to get to that result, then what happens is you have blinders on, right? To see any other opportunity or any other way that that result could come about. And then also, if something you're doing didn't bring a result, didn't bring a direct result, you're going to get frustrated and you're going to feel defeated and you're going to feel like this isn't working, and then you're going to stop, right? Do you see that? So this was not like an intended lesson from the Are You In? I guess we'll call it a challenge. It's not really a challenge. I can't tell you what it is, but like you'll find out Friday. That's soon, right? But that's the lesson that came. So people who were like, Rita, I said I was in and I thought you'd tell me what was happening. It's like, look, I just said it would change your life or your business. Like, are you committed to changing your life and your business? Like, can you believe that you could change your life or your business? Do you trust yourself to do that? Do you trust me? Then why do we worry about how? Why do we worry about when? Why don't we just worry on showing up and taking like the steps, right? Andrea's like, if you can't get comfortable committing to something without knowing the results, the how and the whys and the wins, don't ever start a farm. Right? Andrea is like the expert on that, y'all. She ran an amazing farm for a while and it was amazing, but her stories were amazing. So like, there you go. Heck yeah, Next Level Me is so an angel investor, right? You can totally angel invest in my business anytime you want to, Andrea, feel free, right? But do you guys see what I'm saying? Yes, like, do you understand the concept before I go into what we're really talking about today? Which is like, this cryptic thing happening on Friday ended up being a much better lesson than I ever anticipated, right? Because this is the thing that holds so many people back from realizing success in their business. They feel like they have to have the exact steps of how they're going to reach a result. And when that happens, guys, that list becomes your hustle, right? If it's like, okay, I want 3 clients, and to get 3 clients, I need to post on Facebook 3 times a day, and I need to go out networking to this group, and I need to, so I'm writing this down as I say it, I need to post 3 times a day on Facebook. I need to go networking 1 time a week to this group. I need to do 1 Facebook Live video with a call to action to buy my thing, right? If you have that, like, that's a good strat. I mean, that's a basic strategy, right? Like, I don't know what your businesses are, so don't be like, oh, that's the magic. Rita just told me what I needed to do to grow my business. No, right? But like, yeah, okay, so that's a strategy. Could that strategy bring me 3 paid clients if I post 3 times a day on Facebook? If I go out networking 1 time a week? If I have 1 Facebook Live and like whatever else is on my list, could that bring me 3 clients? Yes. Could it also not bring me 3 clients? Absolutely, right? So what'll happen is if I post on Facebook once and I don't get a hit or somebody interested or somebody commenting or somebody scheduling a call, right? And if I post that second time, maybe I post 2 days in a row, 3 times a day, and none of them got a hit. None of them got interested. I'm gonna be like, that's not working. That's not working to get me a client, and so I'm done, right? Like, I'm gonna stop that and I'm gonna hop to a different strategy. Or I've gone to that networking group now twice, and like no one's asked me to be their business coach. That networking group is not the right networking group for me. I'm out of here, right? Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, this is what keeps happening, right? Like, I'm gonna do a Facebook Live every week, and like then it's like nobody's engaging, nobody's hopping on, so I'm so done with Facebook Live. If it becomes like, if your strategy becomes the way that you're gonna get your result, like the way, there can be only one, right? Wasn't that a movie? Terrible. My husband would be so impressed though. I think that's Highlander, right? Don't tell him I know that. Don't tell him I know that movie or I know that quote. There can be only one. He's so amazed all the time by the fact that I know no pop culture references at all. But right, there can really truly be like if you're like, there can only be one way that I'm gonna get these results, and this is my way, right? Then what happens is when it's not happening, you're frustrated, you're gonna stop, you're gonna hop strategies, you're never gonna see results. You're actually manifesting the outcome, right? You're creating the reality. But also what's going to happen is you are going to miss other ways that it's happening to you right then, or other ways that it could happen. So instead, right, the first thing is to say, look, I just know it's going to happen. So many of you told me what you want, right? Like, some of you want to get healthy, some of you want clients, some of you want assistance, some of you want, like, and today, if you haven't, there's a post in the group to say, tell me what you want, right? Like, tell me here, what is something you really, really want in your business or your life right now? That thing that's your priority, that thing you need the most or you want the most in your business or your life. What is it? Like, tell me here, right? I'm not gonna hold you to it. You still have 2 days and like some change right before, like, tell me what it is that you want. So thank you, Andrea. So people told me what they want, right? Like, they told me what they want. And whatever that is, you just need to be committed to the fact that that's going to happen. It's a success. I will have an assistant. I will get healthy. I will get 5 clients. I will make 6 figures. I will, like, just get certain and rooted in that result, right? But to do that means you have to go all in. There's no way you can have 1 foot here and 1 foot here and be committed, right? It's like testing the water. It's like, oh, I'm over here on this side of the doorway. There's no doorway. This is ridiculous. I'm over here on this side of the doorway, and I want to be like, this is not right. I'm reversed, right? So like, whatever. You guys get the point. Like, I can't have my foot like here and then have 1 foot here and like say I'm committed to something if I'm keeping 1 foot behind me, right? No, I'm saying, I'm not 100% certain that this is really going to work. So I'm just going to keep this over here just in case. Right? So here's the way that this plays out, for example, in business. Let's say pricing, okay? It's like, you might be like, okay, I want to make more money. Like, I really want more money. And like, I know that a way to do it is to raise my prices, right? We're going to go with something super simple, like to raise my prices. Okay, cool. Raise your prices. Yeah. Okay, so 1 foot through the door of raising my prices. But like, I'm not really 100% sure that that's going to help me with sales or help me get better clients or help me with whatever. I'm not really sure that this thing I want, like, is going to work. That this step I'm taking to get the thing I want is going to work. So, right, when you're not fully committed, what happens? Right, the minute you get on a sales call and someone's like, oh, wow, Andrea, I'm just going to keep using Andrea because her name's at the bottom. So like, people better comment for Andrea, right? Like, I'll use Rashida. I don't know if she's still here, but like, oh, Rashida, you know, I'd really love to work, or like, Rashida, oh my gosh, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, and Rashida's like, Rita, I would so love to work with you. Like, I think that it's amazing. I think you're the best coach in the world. Like, I would love to work with you, right? But Rita, I can't like afford your rate. I can't, whatever. If I'm not fully committed to my thing, right? If I'm not fully committed to what I want and like the thing I've committed to, right? Which is like higher prices, like maybe that's what I want, right? Then I'm going to give a discount. I'm going to negotiate. I'm not going to hold a firm boundary around that, right? If I'm like, hey, I want to be healthy, right? I mean, many of you know I've lost 40 pounds, right? Or maybe many of you don't know, but like starting in April, it was starting in mid-April, I started this fitness thing and I've lost 40 as of today, which is the last day of like the first 3 months, right? Like, I have lost 40 pounds, which is exciting and great, right? But I knew that I was going to be a success before I ever started this program before. And I had never been successful in a program before, y'all. Like, I had temporarily been successful in a program before, right? But it never stuck. But like this time, people are like, gosh, it's sticking and it's working and it's like easy. And it's because I got my mindset in order first. I was like, no, it's done. Like, and it wasn't even that this plan was going to be what made me lose weight. I just got really, really clear and decided I'm going to be healthy, right? That's the decision I made. I decided I am a healthy person. I decided that I am going to be healthy. I decided it and I got committed to it, right? Meaning I'm all in on it. Meaning I can't have one foot in the door and be like, oh, but on a Tuesday when I'm tired, then I can eat a ho-ho, right? Like, I mean, part of my plan is that if I wanted to eat a ho-ho, I can eat a ho-ho. But y'all know what I mean. I'm just going to use this, right? Like, as a thing, which is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to be all in. So there comes a time where if you want the full results, if you really want the results, you have to go all in. You have to pick that other foot up and you have to say, I'm fully committed, even without knowing that this is going to work, or without knowing that this is going to be what brings me the results. But I'm taking action anyway because I know the results will come. They can come from anywhere, but I have to show up as an energetic match to the results, right? Does this make sense to everybody? I know I'm hopping around a little bit, but here's what I mean. If I'm certain that I'm going to make $1 million, right, in my business, and I have a strategy to help me make $1 million in my business, right? So I'm executing this strategy and I'm committed to it and I've decided that it's happening, but like, it doesn't have to be my strategy that brings me $1 million. It can be other things that will bring me $1 million in my business. And I'm totally open and available to receive that, right? Like, I'm totally open and available to receive all the other ways, right, that comes. Are you guys getting that? Like, so what allows me to be all in on my strategy, right, is that I'm certain $1 million will come no matter what. But the reason, so people are always like this, but Rita, if you're so certain that $1 million is going to happen no matter what, then why are you doing anything? Why aren't you like sitting on your couch and watching TV and just waiting for the $1 million to show up in the mail? Because to be all in, it can't just be a mindset of commitment. It has to be backed by action. It has to be, right? And that action has to be an energetic match for the result that you want. Meaning I have to embody that result right now. I'm not a millionaire right now, y'all. I'm just not, right? Like, I'm not a millionaire. I play one in my mind. I play a millionaire in my mind. That's basically the way to say it, right? I'm not a millionaire, but like, I'm showing up as a millionaire. And a CEO of a 7-figure business is not sitting on a couch every day watching Netflix, right? Just not happening, right? Like, it's not what they're doing. I have to show up every day and take actions that would be in alignment with things that get me to that CEO self or embody that 7-figure CEO self. Is that making sense? So like, you have to be committed before you know that that thing you're committing to will produce results, right? That's half of being all in, right? Is I am all in because I have decided that the result is inevitable. Whatever the result is, it's completely and totally inevitable. It's happening right now. Whatever your result is, right? It's completely. Hi, Carrie. I was saying hi, Carrie. I was thinking Carrie. Hi, Carrie. It's completely and totally inevitable that that result is coming. It's happening right now as you speak. Done. Right? Also, like, you have to take action that is equal to that kind of result. So whatever your result is, what would somebody who already has that result be doing? Does this make sense? Yeah, so are you guys getting this, right? So, right, this is why it's so important, right, to learn and to cultivate how to be all in. What does that really mean? And this is what we're talking about today, and this is what it's going to be big, guys. It's like Friday is going to be big, okay, in a couple of different ways. And I'm going to share one of the ways today, right? I'm going to share one of the ways today. So stay tuned because you're going to find out a little piece of Friday here. Does this make sense? Are you guys getting this, right? So if I can't be committed before I see results, then I'm never really going to reach that full level of success because that means I don't really believe the results can come. I have to wait for the proof. right? If I really truly had faith and believed that the results were coming, I wouldn't need proof that the results were coming. I wouldn't need a plan. I wouldn't need a strategy. I would just have to take actions that match, to be available, to be there for the 7 figures, right? Yes, oh my gosh. So Britt says, my church has a saying, pray like it depends on God and work like it depends on you, right? I said that in a post I just shared, but I'm going to get to, not that, but something similar, right? And I love that. I love that saying. But are you guys, yes, no, how are we feeling? Like, cool, understanding it? I just want you to grasp the concept before we go on, right? Which is like, if you are like, I'm going to hit 6 figures in my business. So clients will work with me because that's one thing I help clients do, hit 6 figures in their business. And so they might say, hey, Rita, I want to hit 6 figures in my business. And I'm like, cool. They're like, great, let's have the strategy. Tell me when, how, when can I anticipate it? What will I see in 3 months? How will it all happen? No, right? Instead, let's first start with you just knowing it's going to happen, right? No, but how will I know that it's going to happen if I don't have this strategy? Without a strategy, it's not going to happen. Do you trust yourself enough to do whatever it takes to make 6 figures in your business? Do you trust yourself enough to navigate whatever happens as a result of you taking any actions in your business, right? We're going to get into that, but it's kind of like you have to, because that's how you get committed. And if you're not committed, the results won't come because you're half in and you're half out, okay? So the first step is like, if you want to go all in, the first step is just decide it's going to work. This thing that I want, it's going to work. I've decided it. It's done. It's happening right now. I'm making 7 figures right now. I really am, right? It's all on its way to me. And then, right, it's also, and I'm going to give you a really good example of this. And it's also like, what was I saying? Oh, so I've decided it, and I have to back that decision with action, okay? So then I'm showing up, doing things, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. What does that mean? Showing up and doing things that a 7-figure CEO does when I don't run a 7-figure business. Talking about that at the end, so stay tuned. Okay, right, so we're good there, right? Here's a great example of that. I have just a few private coaching spots left for 2019. I'm at 4 private coaching spots left for 2019. It might be 2 here soon because I got people kind of interested. Once those are full, I'm fully booked, right, for the rest of the year. So that's something that I want. And I made that declaration at the beginning of July. I said, you know what? Like, I really want to be able to just show up and go all in for my clients, my private clients for the rest of the year, and for the clients I have, and for this group. And like, I just really love it if I didn't have to fill client spots anymore after July, if they were just full and I had a waiting list for next year. I mean, who wouldn't want that, right? Like, how many of you want that, to have a full client list for the rest of the year and a wait list for next year? So I just decided that that's what was going to happen. I decided that at the beginning of July, and I started saying, I'm fully booked and I have a waiting list. I'm fully booked and it's happening right now. But I couldn't just decide it. I had to take action towards it, right? So I did. I had a strategy of what I'm doing to like fill these client spots. And I'm working the strategy. Guess what, guys? I signed a client the other day, and it wasn't from anything that had to do with my strategy at all. Not at all. It was the most random occurrence, the most random situation you could ever think of. And I signed a client, right? Nothing I've done so far in my strategy is signed a client for me. No, that's not true. One did. But the 2 others, right? Like, nothing I've done. If I had been so attached to my strategy, being how I'm going to be fully booked with a waiting list, and I would have been disappointed 2 weeks ago, y'all. I mean, it's July 24th, y'all. I still haven't reached that goal, right? But I am so certain it's going to happen. I am fully booked with a waiting list, right? I sign private clients with ease. I'm going to sign the clients I want, right? And so I keep showing up. I keep showing up and working my strategy. And yes, some of the results are coming from the strategy and probably will end up coming from the strategy, right? But also other results are coming in. But if I had just stopped and gotten frustrated, gotten defeated, and like let that idea go, I wouldn't have even been open or available for the clients that are coming in other ways. So I hope you guys see that, right? So this is why I said, look, if the lack of clarity around how something's going to happen, when something's going to happen, right, the process, if that's something that like really, really gets to you and holds you back, you must work with someone, me, somebody, anybody, to start getting comfortable, right, with being fully committed before you know that that will produce results, before you start seeing results. And fully committed, all in, means I am 100% certain that this result is going to happen, and I am 100% committed. I'm going to put all my time, all my energy, all my focus, all my attention towards showing up as an energetic match for that thing. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to get distracted by other things. I'm not going to pull back on that. I'm not going to doubt it. I'm going to be certain in it, and at all times show up as an energetic match, meaning as a person that already has that thing, right? So are you guys seeing how you can apply this in your life? So I'm going to tell you a story, right? Like, well, because here's the thing, like my business, people say, how have you grown your business? So people will still, it's really funny, right? Because somebody was asking me the other day, well, Rita, how did you hit 6 figures? How did you hit multiple 6 figures? How did you get to $20,000 a month? How did you? And I'm like, my mindset, y'all, my mindset, right? It all happens up here. And they're like, okay, that's cool, but like, I need the strategy. Like, what did you do? All right, yeah, I did some things, and I'm more than happy to share my strategy and help you create your own strategy. But like, guys, really 95% all up here. And people are like, yeah, that's great, but I don't really have time for that, right? I don't have time for that because I'm over here being really busy with all of this stuff that's not actually getting me the results that I want. So Rita, I don't have time for mindset work. I don't have time for this morning routine thing you talk about. Like, I don't have time for that because I have to go out and market. I have to network. I have to get clients. I have it's talks that I have to write because people are asking me to speak. I have to do all of this stuff. I have to create graphics, and I have to do my bookkeeping, and I have to then take care of the house, and I have to. So I'm just going to continue to stay busy with things that aren't getting me to that next level of results that I want, instead of doing the thing that will. Instead of cutting out some of the stuff and just doing the thing that will. So I promise y'all, if you do this, if you can cultivate this mindset, right? That's it. So because why? Well, here's the thing. When I really think about when my business like up leveled, right? And I've done a video on this before. So if you search the group for a video called Everything I Did Not Do to Get to 20K Months, I took you from what was different from 0 to 5K, what was different from 5 to 10K, and what was different from 10 to 20K, right? What was I doing differently in my mind and in actuality that created that shift? But at each shift of my business, whether it was to go from an income level to another income level, or all the big things that have produced great results in my business, required that mindset of all in and commitment before I knew it would work out, before I knew I could, like, it would happen, right? So like, I got a business coach before I ever had a client, ever. Kelly is her name, love her to pieces. She never is on Facebook, ever, except her birthday. But Kelly was my business coach. I got her before I ever got clients because I just had faith in myself. I had trust. A bug just bit my back, y'all. I'm too short to reach my back. So I'm like, I had faith in myself that I would do the things that this coach told. I had faith in her, and I had faith in myself that I would do the things she told me to do. Guys, my back just got, all right. I had faith to do the things that I needed to do to make it happen. And I also then trusted myself that whatever happened, I could make work out for me, right? So like, she was going to tell me things to do. I trusted that I would show up and do them. And I showed up and I did them. And sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. But I trusted myself enough for the things that didn't work that I knew how to make it work out in my favor. I knew how to navigate it. I knew what to do. And I'll tell you how I cultivated that, right? So Andrea says, I'm going to scratch my back again, Andrea. Well, I don't have time for that because I'm busy with all this stuff that's yeah, right? Yeah, that's exactly the way it is, right? I don't have time to do that thing that can help me get results because I'm so busy doing but the mindset around that, Andrea, is because they think those are the things that will bring them the results, right? Oh, it can't be as easy as just working on your mind. It can't, that's woo-woo, cracker doodle, jack. I was trying to say, what are the Carol corns that come in the box with a toy in it? What were those called? Cracker Jacks. Okay, that's like Cracker Jack, wackadoodle, whatever, right? I'm from the South. We say really weird phrases. It's like, that's just crazy, right? It can't be that easy. So therefore, I'm not going to pay attention to that. And instead, I'm going to keep just being busy work hard. Getting money must be hard. Get like whatever, right? That's what people are saying. So it's like, no, the mind. I know it sounds weird. really mine because of this, right? So I invested in a business coach before I had clients because I trusted myself enough to make it work out for me, right? I knew if I paid that first payment of whatever it was back then, I can't remember, a couple $100, right? That I would do whatever I needed to do to make that money back in the first month or second month that I did, right? I went all in on making that money back, right? I hired a VA. Many of you know Charity. I don't know if you know Charity. Say hi, Charity. She's out there. I have a VA. She's actually not going to be my VA much longer. She's moving on to like amazing stuff for herself. She's a coach, though. She's moving on to coaching. I'll miss her. But she was what got me from 5 to 10K months, right? I had stalled at 5K. I was busy all the time. I felt like I couldn't do the things I needed to do to get to 5K. So somebody once was like, so I have the same mindset issues as you all do sometimes, right? At each new level of growth, it's like, I'm not coaching you all on things that I haven't gone through myself or worked through myself, right? So I remember somebody saying, well, you should get an assistant. I'm like, I don't have the money for an assistant. I need to get more clients so I can make money to afford my assistant. They're like, this is crazy. Right? And I was like, oh my God, it is. Oh my God, it is, right? Here I am so busy that I can't even take time to like, I was so busy, right? I was just busy. And it's like, I'm so swamped. I'm so overwhelmed. I don't have any time. I don't, whatever. Well, cool, get an assistant, but I can't get an assistant, right? Because I don't have the money. Well, then how are you going to get clients if you're so overwhelmed and you're so full and you're at max capacity and the only way I would get more clients is by getting an assistant. So I had to hire my assistant before I knew I could pay her. Right? Like, I was like, all right, I just trust that if I delegate all of this stuff over to her, right, that by the time that first invoice rolls around, I will have spent all my freed up time, right? I would have spent all my freed up time, like, doing things and getting a client, and I did, right? And one client paid for a couple months, right, of my assistant. And so it was like, oh, I'm at it again. I have to get a new assistant. And the new assistant's going to be at a slightly different level because my business is at a slightly different level and I need some different things. That assistant's double what my assistant right now costs. Double, easily. I don't know who it's going to be yet. I've interviewed some people. But it's going to be double, at least. Guys, like technically on paper, my budget does not support what I want this assistant to do at double the rate. On paper, just doesn't. I decided not to freak out about it. I'm going to hire the person that I want to hire who's going to be the best fit for my business because I trust that I will then rise up and take the action to make that work out. So do you see like this cultivating this is so important, right? I trust myself to do what I need to do to make, because as a CEO, I need to make decisions that are in the best interest of my business and not decisions from fear. How many of you right now feel like you are a CEO? And be honest, like, please be honest. How many of you feel like you're a CEO running your business fueled off of decisions that were made from a fear-based place? Meaning I'm running my business and I'm a CEO of my business, but fear is ruling my decisions. I can't get an assistant because I'm afraid I won't have the money to afford her. I can't hire a coach because I'm afraid I won't recoup that investment. I can't raise my prices because I'm afraid nobody's going to pay the higher rate. I'm afraid to offer that program because I'm afraid nobody's going to buy it. I'm afraid to, or even if it's not business, right? I know some of you are participating in this and it's not business, but like, I'm afraid to start this plan because I'm afraid it's not really going to be what makes me lose weight, right? Like, but for your business, so Britt's like her, she's honest. Who else, right? Like, thank you, Britt, for like sharing that and being vulnerable and being honest, right? How many of you are making decisions from a fear-based place? Because I've never heard of a successful business being built off of fear. Oh man, I'm so glad that I just let fear run the show because that turned out to my multi-million-dollar business. Right? Like, of course not, right? You have to start learning how to make the best decisions for your business. And that requires risk taking, which is why being an entrepreneur is risky, right? And being a business owner is risky. You have to take action before you know about the results. So you're going to have to invest in a coach before you know that you have clients for that coach. You're going to have to hire team members before you hit the income to support the team members, because it's only by doing those things that you'll hit the next level, right? Like, if you want clients, right? And you're like, well, I need clients to hire a coach. No, by hiring a coach, you're going to get the clients. right? If you want to hire team members and you're like, but wait, I need to hit a certain income level and then I can hire team members. No, it's by hiring the team members that you're going to be able to have the time and do the things you need to do to hit the income level, right? Same, my very first group coaching program, I did not create it, I sold it. I knew what it was going to be, I knew the outline of it, I sold it. And then I got people to buy it, and then I created it, right? It's like, okay, like I'm going to put it out there, I'm going to sell it, right? Like if I waited to create a program before I knew people would buy it, one, that's a waste of time, because what if I created a program nobody wanted to buy? And also be like, I probably would not have sold that program because so many people just drag their feet on having this perfect, pristine program. But I guarantee that if you sold it before it got created, you would then show up to create it, right? Like, I applied to speak before I ever had a talk, ever. I figured out my first talk after I got accepted to speak, right? Like, I had the reset retreat. I put that house, that beach house, on my credit card before I ever knew for sure that retreat was going to fill. I just knew it was. I knew it was. And it did. And it was amazing, right? Andrew said I did the same. I invested in a business coach before I ever signed. And did it work out for you? That's the question. All right, the big question is, did it work out for you? Andrew says, I finally feel like a CEO. No fear anymore. Invested in coaching, delegated tasks, raised my prices. Love it. Fear ran the show in the other businesses, right? But like, yes, that's what being all in is about. It's about saying, I trust myself to show up and do the things I need to do to get the results that I want from taking this action. And also, I trust myself to navigate any result that I get from taking action to my best interest. That always gets rewarded, okay? That always gets rewarded. But you can't be attached to how and when the rewards are going to come, right? So it's like, you just have to show up as an energetic match for it. You guys getting it? The reason that I did that is I said, look, I could create a profitable business that supports this dream life I want to travel and, you know, like traveling and speaking and meeting people and hobnobbing and whatever I wanted to do, right? I could be comfortable. And I finally got tired of being, I was like, no, I did that with the dating. That's why I went on 35 dates in 35 days. I was so tired of being comfortable. It had not gotten me the results I wanted in love. The minute that I got uncomfortable and went on 35 dates in 35 days, not having any idea how that was going to turn out, right? And I ended up finding my husband. And he was not one of my 35 dates. So a lot of people are like, well, aren't you disappointed that none of your 35 dates resulted in your husband? No, because one of my 35 dates ended up introducing me to my husband, right? Like, so, but that was unanticipated. That was unexpected. That wasn't, you know, like that was an outside, like whatever. So I got tired of staying comfortable. And same thing happened with my business. I was like, no, I'm done. That's when I quit the law. That's when I did all this stuff. And I just know that big shifts and big changes happen when I decide to take a risk, right? But it's not just any risk, right? So the way that you go all in, the way to go all in means I'm making decisions from a non-fear-based place. I am making decisions from a place that is in the best interest of my body or my business or my family or my whatever your goal is, right? I'm making a decision from there, not from fear, but from that place, right? The reason that I can do that, though, are these things that I'm going to go over, right? So I told you I was going to share a really quick, well, we'll skip that story. I'll share another story. So I did, so I told you, so I'm going to share a little bit of a story. So I told you that I'm in a thing called the Millionaire Maker Mastermind, right? And for all of these amazing women, we're all like heading for 7 figures. And one of the things we have to do is get really clear about what an ideal, regular, normal day in the life of our 7-figure CEO self is going to look like, right? Like, what would I be doing in that day? How would I be dressing? Where would I be? What environments would I be in? How would I be talking? What am I talking about? What are the expressions on my face? How am I feeling? What places am I visiting? Like, what am I doing in my day, right? So if you guys have like this goal that you're going into, right? This thing that you want, and you're like, how do I embody that? Rita, you told me I have to embody it as if it's already here. Yeah, here's one way you do it. Like, how would you be if that was already true? If you were already the fitness level you wanted to be, if you already had the love you wanted to have, if you already had the business that you wanted and the income that you wanted, like, so if I was already 7-figure CEO Rita, what would I be doing? So I was thinking about this and I was like, okay, I would interview somebody for my podcast, surprise, spoiler alert, I have a podcast that's airing at the end of August. That's not the surprise, so don't worry. But so I was like, you know what? I would totally be interviewing a high-powered kick butt CEO executive, like for my podcast on that day, on a regular, ideal, normal 7-figure day. So I booked Rachel Albers. She's great. She's amazing. And I'm interviewing her this Friday because I declared Friday, and this is not the thing either. So don't be like, oh, this is the thing. This is not the thing for Friday. But I had long ago declared Friday as my millionaire day. So we got very clear on what our millionaire day was going to look like. And then we pick a day and we actually go do it, right? So in my millionaire day, and again, this is not like a dream fantasy day. This is like a millionaire, like regular day, right? So I got clear. Okay, so I might have like a spa treatment done, maybe a pedicure, maybe get my hair fixed, like something, right? I'll also be having lunch with a CEO who I've invited, who is maybe a yes. So I'm going to tell you who that is later. If she says yes, I'm super excited. So because I was like, you know what, 7-figure CEO Rita would be lunching with the person who owns this big, huge company. So I emailed this person who owns this big, huge company and said, I would love to take you out to lunch. I would love to meet you for a drink. I would love to do like blah, blah, blah. Are you free? And the answer was like, I think so. Like, let me get back to you. Like, I have to check a few things in my schedule, but you know, so I'm probably going to have lunch, right? Another thing was, I don't cook my own food. When I'm 7-figure, I know I'm going to have to cook it. Well, my husband will cook it. My husband won't let me cook it. He won't let me. I'm a terrible, terrible cook. But like in my 7-figure day, I have like people who prepare my food. They might not be here to cook it every night, but like I want a chef to like prepare healthy choices and that are good. And I want them to have like, so when I was visualizing it, it was like I come downstairs and all the fruit is already cut up. I hate cutting fruit. It's ridiculous, but like whatever. All my fruit is already cut up and stored prettily, like in my beautiful fridge, like in beautiful, like a Real Simple magazine, right? And also like, everything's ready for dinner for that night and all this stuff. So I hired a private chef to come over to my house and cook me and Chuck dinner Friday night, right? And then I also thought, well, what else would be happening? And one thing I thought is I would be in the news, right? I would be in the news. Now, I'm not going to be on the news. I pitched to the news, but like I'm not going to be on the news, right? Because nobody picked up my pitch, which is fine. But I'm still going to go to a news station. I'm gonna walk in and just say hi and then leave before they think I'm crazy, right? And there to do something bad. But like I'll just tell them what I'm doing. But when I decided that a regular day in my 7-figure life was gonna involve being on the news in some way most days, then I was like, oh well, I'll just walk into a news station. I was like, that's silly. Why don't I find a reason to pitch the news station? Now, I've never actually pitched the media before. I've been on the media, but not because I pitched them. So I wrote a pitch, right? I had some help from somebody I'm going to introduce you to later, not today, but soon. And I wrote a pitch and I got it out there. I didn't get any results, but you know what? I showed up like 7-figure Rita. Like, this is what I need to do, right? So I tell you that because it's going to tie into some of the steps, right? That like how you show up, how you go all in. And one of them is to do this, to get really clear about if that result was already here in your life. So I'd love to hear in the responses, in the comments. What would that look like for you? What is the thing you want? You guys didn't tell me that enough. So like, what do you want? What's the thing you want? Tell me, right, in the comments. And then like think, if you already had it, how would you already having that thing, how would you like show up? How would you show up, right? In the way that I'm talking about, like what would a regular normal day in that life look like? Get clear about it, right? Because thinking about it and acting about it as much as you can as if it's a reality is going to help you actually, like that's part of being all in. That's being fully committed, being certain in the results, right? So anyway, when I was like doing this, pitching the media, I did some research and I found out that 72% of people regret not going all in on something in their life, on the thing that they want. 72% of people, 72%, y'all, regret that, right? That was according to the American Psychological Association, right? That's a high number, but like not surprising. It's a high number, but it wasn't so surprising because these life-changing decisions are things that require you to put both feet over the line, to take action before you know it's going to work, to take action before the results are there to back it up, right? Like that's scary. And so going all in is not so much about deciding what you are going to do as it is deciding what you're not going to do, right? So what I mean by that is going all in on pricing means agreeing to not ever give discounts or special arrangements. That's scary to people, right? That's scary to people. If it's like, I'm all in on my pricing, then that means I can never not be all in on my pricing. So I can't give, I just have to say no. But what if somebody says no to my pricing and then I want a discount, right? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you have to be committed. You have to be all in. Going all in on signing private clients, if you're like, no, I want private clients, I'm all in on that, means not getting distracted by like, oh, but what if I just did this group? Oh, and what if I just created this workshop? And oh, what if I just created this event, right? Like, growing a membership group, for example, if you have some kind of like I used to run a meetup, right? Like, I did a post about this a while ago. Like, if you're like, I want to run this membership group and just get the best members and I'm all in on getting great members and pulling them in, it means don't get distracted by a podcast. Don't start a podcast. Don't start like all this other random stuff yet until you reach that goal. You have to be all in on the thing that you want, right? Going all in on a social media platform. If you're like, I want to rock Facebook, it means going all in. Both feet are over in Facebook land. There's not 1 foot on Instagram and 1 foot in Facebook. Like, you're all in until you get the results right? So do you see why it's scary? Because saying yes and going all into something, what's really scary is what you're saying no to, right? What you have to say no to in order to be all in on the thing. Are you guys getting that? Is that making sense, right? So, because to do that means you have to change the way you've been thinking and doing everything, right? And so then that gets scary, and our brain is like, let's not do that. And I'm going to help you, Rita, not do that. So I'm going to flood you with excuses. We can't go in on that. We can't go all, I can't get an assistant. I don't have the money to get an assistant, right? Oh, I don't have time to interview an assistant. You know, I just don't think it's the right time to bring on an assistant right now. I don't even know how to start. I don't even know how to start, right? So if your thing is I want an assistant, which a lot of you said, I want an assistant, right? Then what's happening is if I go all in on getting an assistant, if I really get committed to what I have to do in order to get the results to cover that choice, right? To be there for that choice, that means I have to say no to a lot of other stuff. And that's really scary. So I don't really want to do it. So now my brain is going to show me all of these excuses to make it feel legitimate that I'm not going to do it. Yeah, maybe I don't have the money to back up the assistant on paper, right? But if you just say, well, I don't have the money right now, what you're telling yourself is, then I don't trust myself to get it. I don't trust myself to actually really, if I go all in, I don't trust myself to get it, right? Actually, let me get more specific. I'm all in on filling my one-on-one in the next 6 months. There you go. All in on it. Filling one-on-one, getting fully booked in the next 6 months. I love it, right? So here's the thing, right? Basically, trust yourself to show up and take the action. So I'm going to use Andrea as an example. Andrea, trust yourself to show up. What does this mean? How do you go? What helps you go all in? What helps you be that committed? What helps you feel okay about 2 feet over there before you ever see results? You trust yourself to take action. You trust yourself to do everything. You're going to do everything it can take, right, to fill that one-on-one. You're not getting distracted. You're not getting pulled away. You are all in on it, right? And you're also going to trust yourself that as you take actions, if they're not producing results, that's cool. You believe that the results are coming. It doesn't have to come from the actions you're taking, but you're taking the actions because it's a match for the results that you want. And also, whatever results from taking your actions, you're going to work it out to your best, right? Another way is to take that big scary thing and break it into smaller steps, right? So like if you want to fill one-on-one, that feels like a big thing. But like, how could you break that down into teeny, tiny steps, right? Then the next is celebrating progress, which we talked about the other day. I did a post about the celebration jar, right? Sure, Andrea could wait and celebrate for when she is all in, right, on filling her one-on-one, like after she's filled it. But I'm not going to let Andrea do that. Now, she's not my client. She says she got a coach. It's okay. I still love you, Andrea. But like she is, I'm not going to let her, right? Like, I'm not going to let her only wait till she fills her coaching practice to celebrate. The minute that I hear that Andrea takes a step towards it, like, oh my gosh, I did a Facebook Live and I put a call to action at the end. Yay, right? Cool, we're going to celebrate that. Pop a little mini bottle of champagne and dance, right? You see, because, right, celebrating the progress, right, celebrating the progress, like, eliminates imposter syndrome that lets you know how you reached a result, but like also it calls in more things to celebrate. You want to take more steps because doing the stuff is uncomfortable, and it's really important that you associate something that feels good with something that's uncomfortable. So every time you take an action that's uncomfortable, you need to soothe yourself, self-reward yourself. And that's what celebration is, for taking the step. That was uncomfortable. Oh my gosh, I called up that person and said, I really want to be your coach. Let me be your coach, right? Like, and that was scary, right? And it was scary, but you know, like, I did it, and I'm celebrating that because it self-soothes and it associates a positive feeling with something that would normally have a negative feeling, making you want to do it more, right? And then live each day as if it was a reality already. Like, live each day as if it was already here. Like we talked about, how I'm embodying, like, already being a 7-figure CEO. Now, I'm doing that every day in different ways, but like, I picked one day to live the entire day as if I'm a 7-figure CEO to my best ability, right? Again, I'm not on the news, but I'll walk into a news station, right? If anybody here is watching, you're a producer on a news station, I have a really good angle for it. It was in my pitch, and it has to do with what's going on for all of you on Friday. So, yeah, because here's the thing. I was already going to share with you guys my Millionaire Day. I was already going to share with you that I did that, but that wasn't a big production, right? But because of my Millionaire Day, I looked into some stuff. And when I looked into some stuff, I saw something that I could also share and give to all of you and make it a bigger movement, make it this bigger thing, because it's legit rooted in something that I can't say because I don't want to give it away, right? So I did this research and I found out this thing, and I was like, this is a thing I need to bring to everybody, right? And that's what I ended up using to pitch the media. So anyway, it's all full circle, right? It's crazy. And how crazy is this? You know how we're doing this all-in thing this week, right? It's all risky. It's all about taking risks. Talk about this, okay? So this whole thing is all about taking risks this week. Being all in, what it means to take risks, right? And my Millionaire Day is this week, which was also a risk, right? For asking the things I needed to ask, pitching the media, hiring a private chef, like, who am I, right? Like, doing all of this stuff, right? And getting this podcast guest for my podcast, like, all of it involved risk. So I'm talking to you all about taking risks, but I also already had something risky for me scheduled, right? But even before that, 3 months ago, y'all, I set my content topics 3 months out. This month was already set to be risk-taking. That was the topic for this week. Guys, it was about risk-taking and going all in, I kid you not. Because I went to my content topics and said, I think I have to bump whatever I was going to talk about this week to factor in this divine download that I had about going all in and taking risks and the thing I'm working up to for you guys on Friday. And then I went and looked, and it was already about risk-taking and going all in. Tell me this was not set in motion. Tell me this is not already set in motion, y'all. Everything's just come together. But you don't know what it is, and I know you don't want to know what it is, and I want you to practice being okay with that and trusting me that whatever you find out on Friday, this big July 26th event, whatever it is, I want you to trust in me, right, that it's going to be something that can change your life or your business. And I also want you to trust in you that whatever it is, you can show up for it. Right? And I also want you to trust that whatever it is, you can navigate around it, whether you want to do it or not, you can figure it out. Or if you start it, you can figure it out. And if you're getting results or not getting results, that you can figure it out, right? That's what I want. I want you to have that belief in your success, that full committed belief in your success. And I want you to back it with like action, right? And action was registering for this. Action was saying I'm all in. Action was getting committed before you knew, right? So it can't help but happen. And here is a story, y'all. I want to share the story. I shared it today. 2 weeks ago, I signed a client. The whole thing with her is like crazy. I had a client. I have a client still. My client was sitting next to this woman at a conference for 10 minutes. For 10 minutes, she was sitting next to my client. And my client, in 10 minutes, said, I'm not kidding, said, what a wonderful business coach that I was. And the woman heard and was like, oh, that's cool, right? They didn't talk for the rest of the conference. A week or so later, this woman follows my client on social media out of the blue, just like thinks about her, follows her. That happened to be when I was doing a Facebook Live interview with her. She was interviewing me for a Facebook Live. This woman was like, oh, that must be the business coach she was talking about. And she watched it. And then the very next day, she booked a call with me. And then that day, she booked me as her coach. But that's not even the exciting part of the story, right? Although it is super exciting. But like, here's the exciting part. When we were talking on her clarity call to see if we wanted to work together, and she decided to, right? She decided to go all in. She's like, I'm so tired of not being all in on this. I've tried it before, but I had one foot in the door and one foot out. So I want to be all in. And here's what all in means to me. I'm going to go all in on you. I'm hiring you for 6 months. I trust you. I trust me. Also, I'm paying in full. It's just done. I'm paying in full. And I'm going to quit my full-time job. So she had a full-time job. And she's like, I'm going to quit my full-time job. And I'm going to quit it right away. Oh, it's Jennifer. Jennifer's here. Hi, Jennifer. Jennifer's right there. And she's here watching. Yeah, everybody, let's like give a big like congratulations to Jennifer for even just taking this, like and doing this step, right? So she said, I'm all in. Going to do it. Let's do it. So we did it. And she said, look, I've decided I'm going to see results in my business within 3 months. I've decided that. That's going to happen. So she got really committed to that, right? Like, it's going to happen. And she knew then that she needed to clear the decks. So she was going to quit her full-time job. She said, I'm going to quit my full-time job. I have 3 months cushion, and I'm going to quit my job so I can go all in on building my business because I trust that I'm going to have results in 3 months. I trust it. It's just done, right? So 6 days later, after her onboarding session, and Jennifer let me share this story, so it's in the Women's Business Garden, right? 6 days after our onboarding session, she went into the office to resign. She had a resignation letter in her hand. And they called her into Human Resources. And they said, I get goosebumps still from her telling me the story. They called her into Human Resources and said, hey, we're actually restructuring the whole company. And your position's like no longer going to be here anymore. Like we don't have a need for your position anymore. So here's severance for 3 months. Guys, like, are you not getting goosebumps about that, right? Like, she went in ready to quit her job and sacrifice money, right? That's how all in she was. She was like, I decided that it was going to succeed. I trusted myself. I trusted the support I put in place, and I believed it was inevitable. It was already happening no matter what. I didn't need to know how or when. I just knew it was going to happen. And so I went to back that with action by hiring me and by going to quit my job. And then boom, oh, here, good. You want to quit your job? Here's 3 months pay. Y'all, she already made the results in her business, right? It already came to her. It didn't come to her the way she thought it was going to come from getting clients in the first 3 months, right? But like it came to her. You see what I'm saying? Life rewards action, and life rewards it equivalent to our action. The reward is equivalent to the type of action we take. Now, I'm not telling everybody to quit their job. I'm not telling everybody that if you do, you're going to get severance for it, right? And I'm not saying the only way to go all in is to quit a full-time job. I'm just using Jennifer's story. That's where she was. That's where she was. That's what she was ready to do. And because she had that belief, right? And she's like, I'm going to get the results I need for this to recoup this like 3 months loss, right? Of not having income. Y'all, she walked in 6 days later and said, here's your 3 months income. She got it right now. That the clients are just icing on the cake, right? Does that make sense? Like, right? You see what I'm saying? So like she showed up for herself. She believed in herself. She took action. She was sure that she was going to recoup results in her business within 3 months, and she did, but not from the source that she wanted, right? That's what I mean. You just have to decide. The power is in the decision. Decide that what you want is a done deal, right? Decide it. And then back that belief with action. And it's easier when all of those things I said. It's easier when you trust yourself. And today I told you how to create an evidence box. And I gave you details about how to create an evidence box to help you trust yourself, right? It's easier when you're celebrating progress, right? I told you how 2 days ago, how to create a celebration jar. It's easier when you've broken the thing you want down into tiny steps, right? It's easy when you know how to unattach from those steps, bringing you the results. You're taking the steps because that's an energetic match to the results that you want. But they may or may not bring you the results. You may get them a totally different way, like the way I just said Jennifer did, right? It's easier to do that when you surround yourself with support and have good support, because it'll get scary and you'll want to bail and you won't be patient and you're going to want to like give up, and you need that support to hold you to it, right? To work you through discomfort. And also like you have to act as if it's already here. If you do all of those things, it will become easier, right? To back your decision with action. Okay. So Friday, I can't tell you what it is, but you're already preparing for it. So you already started getting comfortable with the unknown by celebrating something you didn't even understand that you're celebrating, right? So that was step one, prep step one. Prep step two, I had you create a celebration jar for all the celebrating of all the progress that's to come, right? I had you create celebrations and create a celebration jar. Step three, I had you create an evidence box. I had you create an evidence box, right? So that full of things that will help you trust yourself, to show up for you, and to trust you to navigate whatever, and to trust you to be patient, and to trust you to sit in discomfort, and to trust you, right? That's what you created, right? And then, right, I have you declaring what you want, right? That's today. Like, what do you want? So yesterday was the evidence box, but like, so technically step 1 was the celebration jar. Step 2 was the evidence box. Step 3 is declare what you want. Well, you've still got step 4 and step 5, right? Step 4 is coming tomorrow. It's going to be something that will help you prepare for Friday. And then on Friday is the thing, right? The thing that will be announced, right? And you're going to be all prepared for it. And then I'm showing up for you every single day for the month of August to help you with it for free, right? Gonna help you with it every day for the entire month. A little bit of July, because there are a couple of days in July there, not the weekends, not showing up for y'all on weekends, not for free, right? And not even for my weekends are sacred. That's a non-negotiable, right? Not really. I do work on the weekends, but whatever, by choice. Because I also don't work on some weekdays, but I digress. So it's going to be big. It's going to be good. And so there are a couple of things going on Friday. One is this thing that I'm going to announce to you. That's for you to change your life and your business. That's number 1. Number 2 on Friday is a big announcement about you and also about me that ties into it. Okay? And then the third thing happening on Friday is my Millionaire Day, and I'm going to share it with you all day long. I want you to understand what's happening to me and see me and watch me throughout the day as I live my ideal day as a millionaire. And I'm going to tell you how I feel going into it, going into certain things, how I feel going out of it, what happened to me as a result of it, and everything that came from it, because I want you to understand it, right? Because that's what I want you to do for whatever the thing is you want, okay? So there are 3 things happening on Friday. My Millionaire Day, which I'm going to give you tons of peeks of, because I want you to do something similar for whatever your goal is. And I want you to understand the impact, good and bad, because I'm sure there are going to be good things that happen. I'm sure there are going to be not so good things that happen. I'm sure there are going to be high moments that day, and there are going to be really scary moments that day. I'm sure I'm going to feel a lot of abundance, and I'm also sure that I'm going to feel a lot of uncertainty. And I want to share that with you, right? Because there are a lot of things I'm putting into place that day. And then, right, this other announcement that has to do with both of us, and then the thing for you, right? So my Millionaire Day, the thing I'm going to announce on Friday for you that you're preparing for right now without even knowing it, and then something that has to do with both of us. So that's happening on Friday. Guys, in the meantime, I've had some of you say, Rita, this is where I've been lacking. I can't trust myself to do this. I can't trust myself to take the step and take the leap before the results are there. But I know that I'll never get the results if I don't do this thing. I can't hit the next income level if I don't get an assistant. But I feel like I need to hit the next income level before I can get an assistant, right? I need to break that. Rita, I know I need a coach to get to the next level of my business and the next thing I want. However, I feel like I can't hire you or a coach until I get to the next level, right? So I feel like I'm always going to be stuck in the loop, right? This is what I want you to do. What I want to do for you. I want to help you go all in. I want to help you go all in on creating a profitable business that supports your dream, that supports your dream life, right? I want to help you do that. Guys, here's the thing. And I said this, and it was the funniest thing, one of the funniest things I've ever said. So, you have never, ever heard a successful business owner say, do you know how I got here? Pretend I'm Oprah. And somebody's like messaging you, I want to be Oprah. Oprah. Is that how people interview Oprah? I don't know. Oprah. Oprah, how did you get here? How did I get here to my multi-million-dollar life of success and fame and whatever? I'll tell you how I did it. I downloaded every freebie that there was. I downloaded them all. And then I read them. Kind of. I read them. I never really did them. And half of them are still in my email box, unread. But I sure did, man. I built my business on freebies. I didn't ever get a mentor. I didn't ever hire a coach. I never asked for help. I didn't have peers or peer groups or support groups. I did it all myself. Did it all myself. Didn't ask for help at all, right? Did it all on my own. Didn't invest in any support, any kind of help. No assistance, no whatever. Did it all on my own. Never asked for help. Didn't invest in anything that could help me. And I did it all from watching freebies and YouTube tutorials. That's how I built my business. Oprah out. Come on, y'all. Like, no, right? Like, Go interview anybody you admire. It could be in your hometown. It could be anywhere, and say, how did you get here? Not one of them's going to say, I built it on the back of free resources online. So glad I did that. It just doesn't happen, right? So there is some validity to the fact that if you want to get to that next level, whatever that next level is for you, you're gonna have to take a risk. You're gonna have to invest, whether it's investing money or it's investing energy or it's investing your full focus and attention or it's investing your time. It means saying yes to one thing and no to everything else. That's an investment. You're gonna have to invest before in order to get it. So if you're like, I want an assistant, but I have to hit the next level of my business, really just allow yourself to go, no, by getting the assistant, I will reach the next level of my business. And I trust myself to show up and do what I need to do to be able to afford that assistant after I bring her on, right? No, like I know that I need to afford no, all I need to do is make the first payment for Rita. Right? I just need to make the first payment. And I trust myself to then do the things I need to do to continue to make it. Now, I'm not telling y'all to go into bankruptcy or anything like that. I'm just saying, learn to trust yourself. Learn to trust yourself to show up for yourself because that's what it takes to get to the next level, right? You're not at the next level because you need that thing to get to the next level, but you're waiting till you get to the next level to get the thing that'll get you to the next level. It just doesn't work, right? Guys, I have, like I said, 4 private coaching spots left for the entire year, maybe. I have 2 that are kind of on reserve. So I have 2 that I know of that are available. That's it for 2019. If you have been thinking about private coaching, if you think that you need some support, some of any of this that we've talked about, the strategy, yes, the mindset, yes, the support, yes, the helping you work through discomfort, the helping you figure out how to show up for yourself to get the results, to back the action that you're taking, right? Get on the phone with me. Tell me in the comments, message me, do whatever. Have a clarity call with me. Let's get clear on if working with me is the right decision. This is not, there's no pressure. There's no sales. It's literally a conversation to just help you decide what you want and decide when you want to get the assistance to get there, right? In fact, I have people who have already put down deposits for spots next year. So my rates go up in 2020, right? As they do. I'm a business. My rates go up in 2020. But I told people that if they already know that they want to work with me in 2020 and they're ready to commit to that today, not today, I mean like before 2020 y'all, then as long as I have spots available, I will allow people to secure their spot for 2020 by putting down a deposit and signing a contract at this year's rates, which are a good bit lower than next year's rates. So I have 2 people who have already taken me up on that rate. So I have 2 spots that I know of 100% are available. I want to help you. Like I do. Like this is my thing. I am all in on being a great coach, right? Like I'm all in on it. And I'm going to do a video about that. We talked about how you can go all in on trusting yourself and like growing your business. We're going to do another talk soon about how to go all in on actually doing your thing with excellence, right? Don't wait. Tell me. Let me know in the comments, right? Let me know if you want to work with me. Let me know if you want to talk about it. Let me know. Yeah, Yulia, I'll comment below with a link, right? And just so you all know, like a clarity call is not a coaching call, okay? I just want to be really clear about that. Clarity call is not a coaching call. A clarity call is just to get clear about like the decision that you're making about the goal, like what goal do you have in your business? And then what support are you going to put in place to get there? Like you're deciding what's possible for you. That's the best way I can say it. It's a call to help you decide what's possible for you. I just don't want anybody to think it's a coaching call. It's a call to get clear on whether we're a good fit to work together, okay? And that's what I want to have with you. If you thought maybe I've been thinking about hiring Rita, maybe I should hire Rita. I don't know. Maybe I will put a deposit down for 2020. Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't want you to be unclear. I want you to be a yes or no. I just want you to decide what's possible for you, right? If you think you can get assistant, I want you to decide you can get assistant. If you think it's me, I just want you to decide. So that's hopefully what you took away today. Guys, tomorrow, stay tuned for the step, like the last big final step to help you get ready for what's coming on Friday. How many of you who are still here or watching on replay, how many of you found this valuable? What's an aha? What's a takeaway? I would love to know what an aha or takeaway was from today. And I would also love to know how you're feeling about Friday. Are you still excited? Do you have any guesses as to what's going to happen? Put those in the comments. Like, how are you feeling? Do you have any guesses about what's happening on Friday? How are you feeling about it? And what was an aha or takeaway? What was an aha or takeaway for you? I want to know, right? So let me know in the comments. I'm going to sit around here. And again, I'm going to put, while I'm waiting for your comments, I'm going to put the link to my Clarity Call questionnaire, where, again, if you think that coaching is the right thing for you, if you're like, oh, gosh, Rita doesn't have that many spots available. And I mean, that's true. I don't, because I told you at the beginning of this, right? I made it. I decided I was filling these spots by the end of the month because I want to show up and do some different things for you guys in a really big way for the rest of the year. And for me to do that, like, I needed to reallocate my time, and I needed to reallocate it a little bit away from business building and marketing in order to be able to bring you guys some really big things. And I mean, I've got some really big things in the works for just this community, like 3 things in the work for this community. But that's why I decided I'm going to fill my Clarity Call spots, right? Like, I'm going to fill my coaching spots this month. So I've done it, and I've signed already this month 3 people, right? So I only have, like I said, like 2 more that are legit real, because 2 might already be taken. And so if you think that's you, that's why. So here's the link, right, for my Clarity Call. And I don't see any of your responses about how are you feeling about Friday. How are you feeling about Friday? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling scared? Are you feeling more excited than ever? Do you feel ready? Do you feel like these steps are leading you to something? And then guess, what do you think it's leading you to? Tell me what you think Friday is all about. What are you excited about? And then tell me what an aha or takeaway was from you here. Give me that. That's my energetic match for being here today, right? That's my energetic match. Give me your aha or takeaway. And I put the Clarity Call link in the group for anybody who's like, nope, I'm going to get on the phone. I'm going to see if it's the right time to coach. I will honestly tell you if I think coaching is the right decision for you right now. Like, I will tell you if that's true or not. And it's raining, so it's time for me to go. It was not supposed to rain today, guys. So I'm going to leave. I will look for your comments. I can't wait to see what you have to say. Andrew's excited about Friday. Grateful for the whole vibe around this. I love it. That's put you in the right space. Yay. Jen is feeling curious. Keep it coming. Let me know. Let me know what a takeaway was. Tell me if you're going to have a call with me. Let me know. I would love to work with you. I really would. And you see already the rewards that happen. Again, I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to be like Jennifer and that you're going to hire me and then get 3 months severance. That frees up all the time and ability to focus on your business, but you will get rewarded, right? Life rewards action. That's just the way it is. So if that's something that will back your decision, then let me know. Okay? Let me know any questions you have. Watch for tomorrow. It's getting exciting. Friday's almost here. Bye, everybody. Have a good one.